If you're wondering about selling your home while living in Orange County, in this video, we're sharing all the tools for first-time home sellers and covering topics like, should you sell your house now? How to make the front of a house look better, the best ways to market your home to sell, plus a few other insider secrets every home seller needs to know. Today, we're talking about the questions to ask before putting your home on the market so that you can put the most do-re-mi in your pocket when you sell your home. Stay with me till the end for today's crazy, stupid, silly, but very true real estate story. It's the favorite part of what I do, and you're gonna love it. Now let's get started. All right, let me switch over to my laptop here. If you are thinking of selling your house in the near future, then there are a few questions to ask before moving forward. We're going to cover some of those today so that you're armed with the tools for first-time home sellers, even if this isn't the first home you've ever sold. All right, here we go. Okay, today we're talking about what to do if you need a quick home sale. And here comes the first thing to know. Timing is everything. When you ask whether this is the right time to sell, some people focus on the time of year, but there are other considerations such as empty nest, divorce, and the amount of time that you've owned a home. Now, having an empty nest or other life changes such as divorce don't necessarily follow the same wave as a seller's market or a buyer's market even. Sometimes I suggest to my clients that it's best to rent the home as we wait for the market conditions to be more favorable for selling. But also consider that you want to have owned your home for at least 5 years so that you can offset the costs of buying, closing, and moving. With enough equity, you'll be able to sell your home fast without any unexpected financial burdens. So timing is everything, and we want to work with the market conditions as well as your personal situation. All right. The next item to consider if you need a quick home sale, and that is how to make your house have curb appeal. You know, as we look at this photo here on the screen, we might realize that it's basically brown and beige with white accents. Would you agree? It's neutral, but also maybe just a little bit boring. So for curb appeal, we really only need 3 things to make your house have the best curb appeal. So imagine with me that this house had a brightly colored front door, maybe some shade of red or burgundy. And then my second tip after the front door is to pressure wash the driveway and the front walk. And with this house, it looks like maybe that's already been done. Pressure washing might also include the sides of the house if there's been rain that has splashed up on the siding. And it might include the back side of the house, especially if you've had dogs or kids. It's a small detail that doesn't cost a lot, but can add to your bottom line because of the impression that's being made. Now, along with pressure washing, let's also have the windows washed. This makes an incredible difference. So paint the front door is my first tip. Pressure washing windows, that's my second tip. And my third tip is to touch up the landscaping. Now, the trees in this yard look new and young. Would you agree? And there's some basic landscaping, which of course is better than nothing. But imagine if the driveway here were lined with small shrubbery. Or what if each of the trees had their very own small garden around them? Imagine if that front garden had fresh flowers in full bloom. Or see that piece of architecture above the right-hand garage? What if that were a flower box filled with flowering vines? Would your first impression be different? Another option, if you don't like color, or maybe if you want a more modern look, is this. See the garage doors and see how they're trimmed out in white? Imagine if that were black. And now imagine that the front door were also black. And maybe there are black shutters on that one window in the center above the garage to tie it all together. That's also an option that I'm seeing a lot of lately. The idea, if you like this option of black, is that there needs to be 2 neutral paint colors, one light and one deeper, to get the black paint to play well. Well, whatever you end up doing, a good first impression means that the buyer is less likely to enter the house with a discount on their mind because of how they're judging the house. We want that first impression to be so good that they are just swimming in curiosity as they walk through your front door. All right. the next item to consider if you need a quick home sale, and that is how to make a house more appealing with light. Natural lighting automatically makes a space look more appealing. And as you can see with this example, there's plenty of natural lighting. Your home can be enhanced by opening blinds, pulling back curtains and pull them way back, and cleaning the windows as we just talked about. And you might also notice in this example that artificial lighting upgrades can pay off in a substantial way. The walls have been painted a very light color, which allows the flooring to stand out. You might also notice the 2 floor lamps behind the dining room table right there. The tabletop is glass, which reflects light, and you'll see that here in just a second. See there? And the 2 mirrors in that space reflect even more light. There's a chandelier as well as recessed lighting in the ceiling, which is fairly easy to add to any home. I've done it to mine. And when we add glass tabletops and mirrors, it captures the natural light and allows that light to move around the room and not be absorbed by any dark surfaces. All this adds value in a buyer's mind, and they're willing to pay more for a house with good light. Now, for most of the clients that I work with, we add more lighting than we think we need, and then it ends up being just perfect. All right. Now, before we get on to the next item on the best ways to market your home to sell, which we'll talk about next, if this is your first time on the channel and you don't want to miss any tools for first-time home sellers, then take a minute to subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications. This will also help people just like you who want the best information. On this channel, we talk about how to put the most do-re-mi in your pocket when you sell your home. And my name is Rami, like do-re-mi. I am an award-winning interior designer, a best-selling author, and a top-producing real estate agent who has worked across 4 states. My team and I get calls every single day from people asking how to sell my house more quickly, and we love hearing from you. Whether you're looking to sell your house and move tomorrow or somewhere down the road, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. We'd love to hear from you, and those links are below. All right, let's move on to the next item. And the next item to consider if you need a quick home sale, and this is the best ways to market your home to sell. And one of my favorite tips for putting more do-re-mi in your pocket when you sell your home is to enhance the marketing right out of the gate. And what's the first thing that you see? Your photos. That is the first thing a buyers will ever see about your house, your photos. And we want to use the very best photos, but not too many. As you can see in this example, there's just too much to look at. And I've looked through the MLS listings, and sometimes they're 50 or 60 photos. It's just too much. There should be enough to gain interest, but not so much that it's overwhelming, because then a buyer is much more likely to disqualify the home and pass on seeing it in person. I usually tell my own clients that we want just enough to inspire a buyer to come and see your home. Now, as you look at this example, leave me a comment below. Are these 6 photos enough to tell a story and make you want to put this house on the short list of properties to go visit? Or would you want to see more photos? Leave me a comment and let me know. And here is a bonus tip for the best ways to market your home to sell, as we're talking about using the right photos. To enhance your marketing even further, offer showings only twice when you first go on the market. Open your home only twice when you first go on the market. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Choose one day after work, say 4 p.m. on a Wednesday, and then again on a Saturday. By creating urgency this way, when you first go on the market, there's a possibility of creating a line of potential buyers. And when they see other buyers, this will create desirability and competition. So use this strategy when you first go on the market. And then if you don't have any offers by the end of the weekend, then open up to regular showings beginning the next week. Can you make an exception for the buyer who can't make either of those windows that you've created? Well, that's up to you. The idea is to create urgency in order to sell your home fast and to flesh out the best price. All right, let's move on. Here comes the next item to consider if you need a quick home sale. And this is one of the most common questions I get, or maybe I should say one of the most common protests that I get. And that is, why do I need to put away my personal items when selling my home? Well, it's very simple. People are judgmental, right? Buyers can walk into your home and see something that you think is just beautiful, treasured, amazing, but a buyer may not be feeling it. And if they get all caught up in their judgment, well, we lose the sale. They literally won't be able to see any of the features of the home. They won't see anything around them. They just get hung up on that one thing they didn't like. And then they may scratch your home off their list, even though it might be the one house that would make the most sense for their family. I've just seen it happen too many times. I tell my own clients that we want the house to feel homey, but not feel personal to only you. Potential buyers want to envision themselves in this home. Your personal items can shatter their illusion, making the property feel less like home to them. We want buyers to imagine it as their home as they walk through the space. We want them to be feeling a yes with every step they take and every room they look in. So let's put away the personal items. All right. Now, in each one of these episodes, I've promised to share with you the lighter side of real estate by featuring one crazy, stupid, silly story. These stories are my favorite part of real estate. So let me see, what do we have for today? You know what? I'm going to take one from the pages of my own book, since we just talked today about depersonalizing your home. I was showing a house in a very fushy area right here, not too far from where I live, and the house looked perfect every step of the way. And we got into the backyard, and my buyer pointed and he said, "What's that?" And I really didn't know what that was, so I went in for a closer look. And then the other guy, along with the showing, said, "That's an animal crematorium." Well, boy, they just went crazy. The wife said, "There is no way we're going to buy this house." And her husband interrupted her and said, "Look, they probably just used it for," but she put up her stop sign hand and said, "I don't care what they used it for. We're leaving." Gotta say, that's the first and only time I've ever shown a home with a crematorium in the backyard. Yep. And this is why we need to remove our personal items before showing our house. Okay, let's move on. Remember, whether you're looking to sell your house and move tomorrow or next year or somewhere down the road, you can give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. We'll talk about how to put the most do-re-mi in your pocket. And when we see each other, you can ask about the 3 options for getting more do-re-mi from the sale of your home. I call these the 3 do-re-mi options. One of these will be just right for you, and the other 2 won't be a fit. And I would love to go over these with you in person. So thanks for watching. Be sure and check the description box below for any free giveaways. And I look forward to chatting with you soon.